Do you have the courage to act outwardly on what you see inwardly? Or will you die a dreamer? Will you die on the verge and on the edge and in the land of coulda, woulda, and shoulda? Do you have the courage? I'm going to drop something on you. It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre, be normal, and fit in. And if you're more concerned about people than you are God, then neutralize everything He put in you. Just fit in with everybody else. Dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you neutralize your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the bar. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage to stand there till the storms keep raging and the people get to talking and you stand there and say, I've come too far to turn around? Do you have the courage? I'm going to say something to you. It takes courage to be exceptional. It takes courage to be wise. It takes courage to be rich. It takes courage to be educated. It takes courage to be knowledgeable. Because the moment you do, but you don't talk like you forgot where you came from. Look at you talking. It takes courage. And I'm just wondering, in this weak, watered down, mediocre society that we live in today, in this reality TV world we live in today, I'm wondering if there's anybody left that's got the courage to say, after all I've been through, and all my ancestors have been through, and all my parents have been through, I didn't come through all of that just to fit in with normalcy. I have the courage to go after my dream. Is there a woman left in this entire Coliseum that's got some courage?
If I can sum up this particular sermon topic today in a sentence, it would be, even when the odds are against us, with the help of God, we can overcome anything. When our courage is in God, He enables us to overcome anything. You know, throughout my life, I've realized a scheme of the enemy. And I believe it's true in your life as well as it is in mine. There's a certain aspect of our lives that the enemy tends to attack the most. He strategizes and devises a plan, schemes against us to attack us in many areas of our lives, but in one particular area for sure. And we're going to talk about that area. If you're going to be what God has called you to be, you're going to need this. If you're going to do what God has called you to do, you're going to need this. And that is the area of courage. Being courageous for God. I remember when I was about 24 years old, I went to preach in a small church in Brooklyn, New York. It had a middle aisle, and there were people that sat onto the right, people that sat onto the left, and there was this middle aisle. I was about 24 years old. This is over 20 years ago. And I remember standing at the pulpit, and when I got to the pulpit, the mother in the church, she wore all white. I was a young girl, you know, she wore all white. When I got to the pulpit, she stood up, took her chair, turned around, and faced the wall the entire time I preached. She stripped me of my courage. It was a form of rejection. And I'll tell you this much, rejection is the root of many things that the enemy will use against us.